forage for food and hunter-gatherers, right? When we go to the gym and we can get in good shape, you know, just because she doesn't swim that way all day doesn't mean those short sessions don't make a huge difference. And as if Winter's Story wasn't amazing enough, there is this little known company called Warner Brothers. Have you guys heard of Warner Brothers? Apparently they're a big deal, huh? They heard about Winter's Story and worked with our CEO, David Yates, to create a screenplay, a script for a movie, which they call Dolphin Tale, and the rest became history last weekend. And if you guys, can I get like some noise from the people who've seen Dolphin Tale? Can I get just some shouting and some applause? Alright, we got about 40 to 50% of us out there. The rest of you guys, we encourage you to go see it. It's a great movie. I'm not a huge fan of kids' movies, and I really liked it, and I was surprised because there were more adults laughing in the theater than there were kids. Morgan Freeman's a hoot, so are the other people, and they have some good child actors in there too. Kids' movies are hard to hit, and they hit the nail on the head with this movie. I liked it a lot. Panama apparently agrees. Again, we don't know what that sound means. It means I like the movie when I'm talking about a movie, and it means hi when I start the presentation. Now, everyone who works with me knows I can talk about dolphins for hours, but I want to give you guys a chance to ask questions. Do I have any questions? You guys, you can raise your hands like we're in class, and then I ask you to shout out to me like we're not in class, because this should be more fun than school, right? Any of our younger guests have questions? Oh, certainly. Good question. Do dolphins sleep? Dolphins sleep, but not in the way that you and I do. Dolphins rest one hemisphere of their brain at a time, or one large portion of their brain at a time. And doing it that way, they can continue to breathe, because dolphins have to be conscious to breathe. They decide to breathe, and they need to be aware to breathe, because if they breathe underwater, they could drown. And we breathe automatically, so we don't have to think about it. Another reason is because they'll be resting at the surface where they're very exposed, especially if they sleep at nighttime, because that's when sharks are active. And they need to be aware of predators as well. Dolphins have an amazing ability called echolocation. Have you guys ever heard of that? Echolocation is basically sonar. Dolphins can see in the dark. They can see, and this is see with quotation marks, in murky, dirty water. They can see inside your body. They can see your skeleton. They can see your bones and your heartbeat, because all these things are denser than the rest of your body. And dolphins can even see if a young lady is with child. They can see if a woman's pregnant, because there's an extra heartbeat. And that's all with echolocation. They send sound waves out into their environment, and it bounces off things and comes back. The sound waves, they come back, and they can see using sound. Bats also do that. And not only can they see inside your body, but dolphins can see the difference between different precious metals. I don't know if you've heard of Mel Fisher. He's a famous treasure hunter. Oh, and there's Panama, lifting off 500 pounds and they're flying out of the water. Very impressive. For our golden girl over here, well, silver, I guess, because she's gray. Call her what you like. Not too shabby. Dolphins have been trained. Dolphins have been trained to tell the difference between lead and gold. And they can detect the difference between these metals under the sand. So it was hoped that they would be able to be trained by Mel Fisher, this guy, who likes to find the gold, to find treasure out in the ocean. And while they were able to detect gold, I don't think they actually found any sunken treasure, because you kind of got to know when the ship went down in order to find it. But dolphins can tell the difference between lead, gold, stainless steel, without even having to look at them. And this is because sound reacts to density differently. Before I go into any more scientific and or nerdy topics, do I have any more questions from this side over here? We're here to teach you guys about dolphins. Yes, young lady in the yellow. Nice and loud. You have a question? Oh, you're not. Anybody over here? All right then. Well, no questions, so I'm going to teach you guys about dolphin social groups. Dolphins, and most of our dolphins are from the Gulf of Mexico, which is not. Panama and Nicholas are, though. They have different social structures, and if you go out in the Gulf of Mexico and you see a large group of dolphins, you can bet that all those dolphins are female. It's a pod of dolphin ladies. And you can bet that they're all relatives. They're going to be mothers, daughters, sisters, grandmothers, aunts. all the calves are born into those pods. So winter in Panama would be together in a pond like that, most likely. But then the male dolphins that are born in those pods go off on their own because they need to encourage genetic diversity and they need to leave their family. And then they will group up with other males and form what are called bachelor pods, which is one letter away from the human equivalent, which you might call a bachelor pad. And those male dolphins can be seen doing what male humans of a similar age can be seen doing around malls and nightclubs and maybe movie theaters, namely prowling around looking for females. And that's how the cycle of life continues in the Gulf of Mexico. If you ever see a dolphin by itself, it's most likely a male dolphin, because very often male dolphins will just stay solitary, looking for females, but they can be by themselves. If you'd like to direct your attention away from me, I'm the weird-looking guy in the yellow shirt, hard to miss. Winter is about ready for takeoff. If you can see, her prosthetic tail is almost in place. And pretty soon, she's going to be ready for blast off and take some laps around the pool, swimming in an up and down motion, like she was born to do. So the countdown has begun. I don't know exactly how close we are, but it looks like most of the cogs are in the wheel and are in place. So stay tuned. Hopefully we're going to get back to that soon. What's interesting about bottlenose dolphins, going back to the social aspect of their lives, is that bottlenose dolphins in different parts of the world have different social structures and different cultures, which people are actually willing to call them, even what seem like different languages. Their vocalizations, their sounds they make change between different parts of the world. Even on this side of Florida and the other coast is a huge difference. There's a difference in longevity. Dolphins in the wild here, in the Gulf of Mexico, it's the oldest ones that have been observed are females that are in their 40s, or so it's believed. But on average, they live to be about 25 years old. Over on the east coast of Florida, the oldest dolphin for a long time, his name was Ziggy. Ziggy was a male dolphin, solitary, I believe. And so they don't tend to live as long on the east coast of Florida as where I'm from, actually. And Ziggy unfortunately passed away not too long ago because he ingested a fishing lure. So, Panama is one example of how bycatch and feeding dolphins can cause problems because she got sick from that food. But one thing that we would love for you all to be aware of is what we leave behind in their environment. Fishing line and fishing lures are extremely dangerous.